Some bad news for Detroit's #1 defensive player of the year. All-Star JR is going to prison, and in this video I'm going to explain why. All-Star JR's trial for felony possession of a firearm is now scheduled for July 6th, and it would show the federal paperwork literally showing 9 a.m. This shit's gonna happen, and the estimated trial time is gonna be 3 days. Now, comments. About a 1% chance trial proceeds that soon, and a 99% chance it will be adjourned. And this is the thing, this whole happened, the shooting, in April, and trial is already set. There's not much reason for it to be delayed because there isn't an overwhelming amount of new evidence that they're going to be able to bring showing that he didn't have a gun. Now, taking a quick look at the criminal complaint, this happened back on April 8th, 2026. Now, skipping through all the paperwork, this is a photo of All-Star JR hitting the Motown Boogie as he is firing. You can see all.
Damn, that nigga was really like for real. I ain't gonna lie. I know. Hey, he got hit up in the face. Hey, I didn't know that until I did my research on him. He is not one of them. I'm not gonna lie. That boy took that. They on fire. They on fire. Come on now.
All the fire coming out of that. And I'm going to be careful about how I scroll through this because you can see Ben 10 slumped on the floor, completely blurred out, but you know, YouTube will demonetize that in 2 seconds because the YouTube bots will assume it's a dead guy. Now you can also see JR apparently chasing. It says John Doe and others run out of the frame towards the elevator. JR continues shooting as everyone is running away and shoots additional rounds at John Doe #2's direction. This right here is gonna.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I feel him though. I feel him because I ain't gonna. That's how I'm gonna do Officer Jamal and his buddy. I ain't gonna lie. Go peep Scotty is live for that.
Be one of the main things that they're gonna say is he didn't need to do. If you've defended yourself as a felon, the second that threat is neutralized, you can no longer possess that gun. So you can't go and chase after whoever else was present just because you feel tried and you're prideful or you're angry because now you're a felon in possession. Now this picture right here kind of seals the deal.
Damn!
JR returns to where Ben 10 is lying motionless on his back. This right here, motionless, it's not even letting me highlight it, so now I just look stupid. Motionless on his back, and fires another 2 rounds at Ben 10 from a few feet away. Ben 10's body jolts suddenly as 1 round appears to strike him before going motionless again. Now that is a savage.
Now look, kids, that's a don't rob
Picture. If I was All-Star JR and I miraculously beat that case, I would make that a t-shirt, a portrait. I'd get it painted, put it up on my wall. The day they tried to rob me and I stood over him and fired into him, right? So they're saying Ben 10 was paralyzed off the first shot. When he initially got shot standing up, paperwork says he immediately hit the floor. All-Star JR chases the other ones to the elevator, firing, whatever hits whoever. I think they said the other kid that got hit, whatever his name was, Dead End Ron. Finger got shot off. He's leaking out in the elevator bad. They had a whole blood trail from the elevator to the parking lot where they found him. So he got hit.
Dude ain't got his finger. Oh,
bad. I think got hit in the artery in the leg, but somehow survived. Then JR comes back and stands over Ben 10, firing 2 more times, one of them making his body jolt as he's hit by the bullet. This right here, I don't know how they could defend this because of the fact that he wasn't a threat. And again, you can only defend yourself as a felon if you're about to die. Like if there's no other option than to get that gun and use it. But at the point that there is no longer a threat, if you continue possessing that weapon, you're a felon in possession. Ben 10 was clearly not a threat as his whole shut down, and he still stood over and shot him on video. All right, I really got to finesse this next part so I don't
I ain't gonna lie, he was trying to get that boy gone.
Show y'all something I don't want to see, because Ben 10's laid out on the picture above and in this picture. But in this picture, you can see JR clearly right here, and his arm is extended and he's firing again. And the paperwork would state, JR paces around the floor for approximately 8 seconds as the female he was with attempts to interact with him. JR then fires another round at NBA Ben 10 in his direction and exits the frame towards the elevators. So after standing over him and shooting into his body and shooting a second time, JR walked away, or just paced around, and for 8 seconds he thought about, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That. Boom! And it fires again before leaving. But
He stood over that 4K. Ain't that about a bitch? No, Rob.
But 20 seconds later, he comes back, still holding the gun. JR points it at NBA Ben 10 again. This is the third time he stood over him, who appears to still be unconscious. JR appears to attempt to fire another round, but the handgun slide appears locked back, indicating it's out of ammunition. So JR, you can see the slides locked back. You can see the barrel right there. JR didn't just stand over him. He stood over him 3 different times, shot him twice, or at least 2 different times. I don't even know how many times he shot him. He shot and then he jerked, and then he leaned over the table after pacing around and tried to shoot him again. I don't know if it actually hit him. And then he came back again, probably tried to finish him, but there was no more bullets in the gun. He stood over.
Like, just imagine you're paralyzed and like that's just happening to you. Like, that's like, oh my God.
Over Ben 10 3 different times, and somehow this kid's still alive. And at this point in time, JR would stand over Ben 10 and strike him in the face with the gun, pistol whipping him while he's on the floor. On video, they were able to capture JR wiping the handgun down before hiding it behind this counter right here. And
got him in 4K. What the
And this is going to be his main defense. His defense is going to be, look, I didn't leave with the gun. I didn't keep the gun. I just wiped it off, and I left it there where no one could see it, so nobody could grab it and try to use it against me. But where he's fucked, and why I say he's going to prison, is because there was no longer a threat when he stood over Ben 10, shooting him, shooting at him, attempting to shoot him again, and pistol whipping him. And through that entire time, even though if you count it up, if it's only like 1 minute and 30 seconds, that's still 1 minute and 30 seconds of a felon in possession of a firearm. There was no threat. There was no need. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I honestly feel like if you can be released from prison, you should have your rights back, or there should be some type of probationary period.
You know what I agree with? You know what I agree with? That's what I agree with. I don't care.
Like a parole in which you're released from prison, and if in set amount of years you don't get in trouble again, all rights should be back because you've proved that you've beat the recidivism rate. Because I beat the statistics. Realistically, I was released from prison. I haven't gone back. I beat the statistics. Most people go back within a set amount of time. I think it's within like 3 years. So if you can last a certain amount of time, you should be given your rights back. You should always be able to defend yourself with zero stipulation at all. You disarmed an attacker, saved your own life, saved your property that you worked for. I believe that. So do I agree with this? No. Don't take it as I think he should go to prison. I don't, but I think he will. Now, as we saw from what Remo posted, trial date has been set. They're ready to go. Like I said, I don't see what there is to fight in the situation. I don't see how he's going to be able to be like, hey, you know, I was still defending myself when I stood over him and pistol whipped him and this and that. And I'm glad he's not facing additional charges for that shit. That's also pretty crazy. And then Hot Wheels, Ben 10 got shot right after this. According to the news, Baton Rouge rapper Ben.
Yo, 1090 Jake, you fell for that. You call this Hot Wheels is crazy.
Ben 10 identified as one of 3 shot on Wells Street. Ben 10, a known associate of fellow Baton Rouge rapper NBA Youngboy, was shot in Baton Rouge on Tuesday, just over a month after he was shot in Houston. Real name Ben Anthony Fields was identified as one of 3 people injured in a shooting on Wells. Fields and the other 2 people were taken to a hospital in a private vehicle. In early April, he was shot in Houston. Just some advice for Ben 10. If you're getting shot in every state you go to, you need to just sit the fuck down and stop hanging out with certain people, bro. Because you're getting hit in cities that ain't yours, and then you're getting hit in your own city. And I don't even know how he survived this one, because he already got put in a wheelchair, and then he got shot out his wheels in Baton Rouge. And I'm not saying this shit to be funny. I'm saying this shit to be serious, homie. Sit down. Figuratively.
Nah, it's not funny, but it's fuck funny.
Literally, like, get the away from people, bro, because you just keep catching shots and shit is not going smooth for you. But as far as All-Star JR, I believe he's going to prison. He's facing up to 15. If they give him a deal, he could walk with maybe 5 or less years, because that's usually the average for a felon in possession of a firearm. But if he fails to accept that plea, if he's even been offered one, he could face a whole lot more. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
All right, that was 1090 Jake's video. Thank you for watching Scotty Reacts. Till next time, hit that sub. Love y'all. Scotty Gang. I'm out.